Hello! You might be familiar with this image. It is a typically Swedish Friday evening dish that you might know as fredagsmys. However, it's not entirely sustainable. Did you know why? For instance, it's not based on seasonally grown food. But what is that, and why is that sustainable? Well, seasonally grown food is just what it sounds like. Food based on the season. It could, for example, mean that you don't eat cucumber in the middle of winter. Cucumbers can be harvested from late May to the beginning of November. Anywhere outside of this time frame, there's a huge amount of energy needed to grow this vegetable. This type of energy is unnecessary, because in wintertime agriculture can produce turnips and other alternatives with much less energy.
There are numerous advantages of eating seasonally based food. Did you know that when you eat food which are seasonally grown, you get the best tasting food available? And did you know that the quality of food increases when it's grown seasonally? Did you know that seasonally grown food are cheaper due to, for example, supply peaking, less energy usage, and transportation? Did you know that a simple tip for knowing what's seasonal is looking at the trending prices in the stores? If it's expensive, it's most likely not seasoned for that particular product, while the cheaper, more abundantly available products are more likely seasonal. Did you know that not eating seasonally is a new phenomenon? Before the rapid expansion of globalization during the 20th century, we always ate food in accordance with the seasons.
If we look at the traditional Swedish Christmas holiday foods, most of the food is based on the season. It's no coincidence that we eat Christmas ham. Before the refrigerators, salt was the best way of conserving food, and therefore our ancestors ate salted pork most of the year. The pigs, however, were slaughtered when they were at their fattest, during October and November. A few pigs were often spared and instead slaughtered during mid-December. These pigs were then used to prepare several of the dishes we eat during the Swedish Christmas holidays. And it doesn't stop at the ham. It's also about eating a variety of what nature can provide at this time of the year, such as cabbages, pickled herring, and potato gratin with anchovy.
Okay, so now we know that to create a more sustainable development, we should be eating more according to season. This is just what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you how to make Swedish tacos in the middle of winter with seasonal products where it's available. Also, we're gonna use organic food when it exists. So, Jesper and Karo, what are you doing right now?
Well, I'm peeling the carrots.
And I'm peeling the polka beetroot. We're supposed to have these as toppings on the tacos.
Instead of like using tomato or cucumber, corn, etc.
So, Philip, what are you doing right now?
I'm making tortilla breads. Instead of buying them in the store, you can easily do your own with just some flour, salt, some yeast or sourdough or what you have at home, and olive oil and water. And you just put it together and fry it in a dry pan. And there you go. Yeah, so here we are. We made some tacos and now we're going to dig in and have a tasteful meal. I hope you will do this at home as well. Cheers!
Let's do it!
Yeah.
After everything, we like to point out they may seem like a struggle or like a lot of effort to do all of these changes at once. If that's the case, you may start at one point and then gradually make the changes. Instead of buying the salsa, make it yourself. Exchange a regular minced meat, use seasonal meat such as moose or fish instead. It's better to start out small than to not start at all.
So all in all, as we've shown you, it's absolutely possible to make a traditional Swedish taco meal using only seasonally grown food, and it actually tastes really good.